Texas, the state everyone was supposedly moving to. You remember the headlines. Californians loading U-Hauls, New Yorkers escaping, Elon Musk relocating Tesla to Austin. Except here is the thing nobody is talking about. Net domestic migration into Texas collapsed from 222,000 people in 2022 to 67,000 in 2025. That is a 2-decade low. We are talking water crises that could leave 500,000 people without drinking water. Property taxes that make New Jersey look reasonable. And one city that has not grown since Obama's first term. Think you know which Texas cities are bleeding residents? Think again, subscribe. Not because it is trendy, but because your zip code might be your biggest financial risk. Let's break it down. Number 10, Amarillo. Amarillo, where the wind blows 30 miles per hour, and so does everyone's patience. The entire Texas Panhandle grew just 2% over the last decade, while Texas overall hit 15%. Net domestic migration has been negative almost every year since 2012. Here's what the tourism board won't mention. Violent crime ran twice the state average. 68% of buildings face high wildfire risk, and Tyson Foods just announced layoffs for 2026. Cost of living runs 17% below average. But cheap rent doesn't fix the fact that there's nowhere to go and nothing to do. Picture this, you wake up to 40 miles per hour gusts, step outside into a dust cloud, drive past 3 closed storefronts and a for sale sign that has become a local landmark. And if you thought the Panhandle was struggling, wait until you see the border. Number 9, Laredo. Laredo peaked at 276,000 in 2019. Now it is 272,000 and falling. The Dallas Fed says the economy contracted 1.3% last year. Home sales dropped 8.5%. Webb County has a property tax rate of 1.8%, which ranks 7th highest in Texas. On a median home, that is nearly $4,000 per year. But here's the kicker. The Rio Grande is drying up. Mexico has fallen behind on treaty water deliveries. When your economy depends on a disappearing river, that is not a city. That is a countdown. Crime jumped 20.6% since 2021, the largest surge among major Texas cities. Picture this, you are a small business owner watching bridge traffic slow monthly. Your tax bill arrives, $4,000. You start looking at San Antonio listings. Speaking of West Texas, Lubbock looked at Amarillo and said, hold my Shiner Bach. Number 8, Lubbock. Lubbock holds at 264,000, but surrounding areas are hemorrhaging. Rural counties dropped 9.4% last decade. Texas Tech graduates get diplomas and book one-way flights to Dallas. Lubbock has the highest fire risk among major Texas cities. 59% of buildings face significant wildfire exposure. Property crime hits 42 incidents per 1,000 residents. And don't get me started on climate. Drought conditions affected the area in 67% of weeks since 2000, 2 out of every 3 weeks for 25 years. Picture this, a fresh Texas Tech graduate with an engineering degree. Local options are cotton farming, oil fields, or teaching. Your dating app shows 47 people within 50 miles. You do the math. But if West Texas has problems, wait until you see the Alamo City. Number 7, San Antonio. San Antonio added 47,000 people in 2023, then just 38,000 in 2024. That is a 20% drop in growth in 1 year. Bexar County's property tax rate, 1.73%, ranks among the highest for major metros. Property crime hits 51 incidents per 1,000, the highest among major Texas cities. Homicides hit a 30-year high of 195 in 2022. But here's the twist. San Antonio has the highest drought risk among major Texas cities. The Edwards Aquifer is increasingly strained. 17% of Bexar County census blocks qualify as climate abandonment areas. Picture this, you bought here to escape Austin prices. Taxes just went up. Your neighbor had their catalytic converter stolen. The aquifer hit another record low. You wonder if you traded one problem for another. And if aquifer problems are bad, wait until you see where oil money goes to die. Number 6, Midland and Odessa, the Permian Basin, where fortunes are made and dreams get crushed on the same oil price chart. When oil crashed in 2014, the region shed 9,252 jobs in 1 year. Employment dropped 7% in Midland, 9% in Odessa. When oil booms, a different problem emerges, and the result is the same. Midland's median home price hit $368,000. Rent is projected to jump 18% to $2,000 monthly. Studios that should cost $800 go for $2,500 during booms. Can we talk about the roads? Driving here is like Mario Kart, except the bananas are oil tankers. There were 25,000 crashes in 2024, 320 fatalities. Crashes are twice as likely to be fatal compared to the rest of Texas. Picture this, you are making $150,000 on a rig. Apartment costs are $24,000 yearly. Groceries cost double, then OPEC meets, and your job disappears in 48 hours. If you are finding this useful, hit subscribe. Now let's keep going. Number 5. Beaumont. Beaumont peaked before President Kennedy was assassinated and has been deflating ever since. Let that register. Shrinking since the 1960s. 6 decades of decline. Population dropped 2.6% since 2020 alone. Jefferson County lost 5,000 residents to outmigration. Here is the number that matters. Beaumont has the highest violent crime rate among large Texas cities. 1,431 incidents per 100,000 people. That is 114% above the national average. Beaumont is safer than only 3% of American cities. Gross domestic product grew 0.7% annually, while Texas averaged 3.6%. Poverty sits at 21%. Picture this, driving Interstate 10 through Beaumont, refineries on both sides, the smell of sulfur, a boarded up strip mall, a for sale sign has been up 11 months. You keep driving to Houston, Beaumont is like a VHS tape in a streaming world. Nobody is pressing play. Speaking of cities people drive past, let's talk Dallas. Number 4, Dallas County. Dallas shows growth on paper, but Dallas County ranked 9th nationally for population decline in 2024 with a net loss of 2,616 residents. Metro domestic migration plunged 63% in 1 year, from 35,000 to 13,000. Property taxes reached 2.2% on a median home of $375,000, that is $7,500 per year. Plus insurance running $5,000 because North Texas hail destroys everything. Dallas is now the most expensive major Texas city. A homicide rate of 13.6 ranks second highest in the state. Here is the twist. Dallas-Fort Worth is still the #1 U-Haul growth metro. The growth just leapfrogs Dallas itself. Princeton tripled its population. Dallas County empties out. Picture this, house hunting in Dallas-Fort Worth. An agent shows you Dallas proper. You calculate taxes and insurance. You ask about Frisco. She smiles. Everyone asks about Frisco. People want Dallas-Fort Worth. They just do not want Dallas. And if Dallas has an identity crisis, wait until you see Houston. Number 3, Houston. Houston's metro gained 43,000 people last year. Sounds healthy. Here's what the press releases skip. Harris County domestic migration has been negative for a decade. 43,400 more left for domestic destinations than arrived, the worst since 2018. Specific neighborhoods are gutted. A-Leaf lost 10,000 people in 5 years. Sharpstown, Northside, and Braes Oaks each lost 5,000 people. Meanwhile, suburban Cypress South grew 50%. Hurricane Beryl knocked out power to 9 in 10 Houston residents last July. 7 in 10 lost electricity for more than 2 days. In Cashmere Gardens, there is a 90% chance of flooding over 30 years. Median home price there is $99,000. The market is pricing in inevitability. Citywide insurance averages exceed $6,000 per year. You are not buying a house, you are buying a subscription to anxiety. Picture this, a hurricane is coming, the power goes out, it is 95 degrees and there is no air conditioning for 3 days. You are sitting in darkness wondering why you pay $6,000 in flood insurance for this. Your phone buzzes, nice house in Katy, same price, actual grid reliability. You start packing. Houston is hollowing out like a chocolate Easter bunny. It looks solid until you bite in. Remember San Antonio's water problems? Corpus Christi said, watch this. Number 2. Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi, the sparkling city by the sea. It is only sparkling in name right now because there is almost no water left. Population peaked at 318,000 in 2020. It is down by over 3,600 since then. This is the largest exodus in the Gulf region. Lake Corpus Christi sat at 9% capacity earlier this year. Choke Canyon was below 8%. 500,000 residents face a potential water emergency by May 2026. Here's where it gets infuriating. The petrochemical industry consumes 50 to 60% of the water supply. One ExxonMobil and Saudi Aramco plant used 5 billion gallons in 2024. Billion with a B. You are rationing showers while refineries drink oceans. The city approved $1 billion for desalination. Costs ballooned, and construction was delayed. Governor Abbott accused the city of squandering $750 million. Picture this: you turn on your faucet, the pressure is low again. You look outside at the refinery consuming billions while your lawn dies. You check the news, the reservoir is at 8%. Desalination is delayed another year. You start looking at San Antonio listings, and if the water crisis is bad, wait until you see the city frozen since the iPhone had a home button. Number 1. El Paso. El Paso added 150 residents in 2024, 150 people in a city of 700,000, slowest growth since the Great Depression. In 2025, El Paso County actually declined, placing it among the 14 largest county losses nationally. Net international migration, El Paso's only growth engine, plummeted 95% between 2024 and 2025. The one thing keeping El Paso alive got cut off. Property taxes would make you ill. El Paso County's rate of 2.03% is the highest among major Texas counties. On a median home valued at $247,000, that is over $5,000 a year, the city owes $851 million in debt. Average hourly earnings are $23. The poverty rate hovers at 29%. Birth rates fell 15%. Deaths rose 43%. Residents leave for Phoenix, Las Cruces, San Antonio, anywhere but here. Picture this: paying $5,000 a year in property taxes on a house that has not appreciated in a decade. The city has been the same size since high school. Your kids moved to Austin. A neighbor's house has been listed for 8 months with no offers. You check Arizona listings. That is El Paso, the Texas city time forgot. If this made you question your next move, like the video. Subscribe for more brutally honest breakdowns. Which Texas city surprised you most?